was a big girl. I didn't like it. I was awkward and shy. But now I don't mind. What do I count as rich? I don't know. How do you define rich? I don't know. How would you define rich? What counts as rich? I'm 5'10", and I like being tall now. I've been to Japan and South Korea, and I'm so tall in those places. Really tower over everyone. Hawaii. I love Tokyo. I lived in Shibuya for 2 months, and then I lived in Roppongi for 2 months. I love Tokyo. Stay healthy. No, I'm not rich for going to Japan and South Korea. I was on modeling contracts there. So you pay your whole way. They'll front you, but then you pay everything back and then just make your profit. It was really cool. I learned a lot from those things. I went when I was young. Denmark. Clever and Roppongi, yeah. Clever and Roppongi. You have Britney Spears? I haven't gotten that. Have I dated a short guy? Yeah, I've dated short guys. Or a short guy. And yeah, I've been to London, England. I heard it's going downhill though. Can anyone speak to that? Agencies front, yeah, so they'll pay for your flight there and they'll pay for your apartment and you'll get a weekly allowance and everything. But then as soon as you start making money, everything first goes to paying off your expenses. And then you start making, so if you pay, once you pay off all of your, well, no, for every chunk of money that you get, they'll take their percent and then the rest will go to paying off of your expenses. And then after you paid everything off, they still take their percent and you get the rest. Why do you think I'm rich? I'm not rich. Hey, Amsterdam. I want to go to Amsterdam. You thought my voice is an AI? Why? K-Trade is not talking to a boy. But yeah, I get the hype. The PSDs are comfy. Where am I from? I'm from California. Did I make any money going to Japan? Yes, I went twice. The first time I made a lot of money, and then the second time I didn't do as well. The market changes all the time. So it can just be not the season for your looks. I did like medium well in South Korea. Why I went to South Korea is the same reason. On a contract. Even if you didn't, it was worth the experience. Yeah, totally. So even if some of the girls will go and they won't make the amount of money that the agency put up for them, and they won't make you like pay out of your own pocket. So they'll just take the loss, and then you still get to live there for 2 months, and it's awesome. That was probably the best thing to come out of modeling for me. The trips that it took me on, South Korea and Japan twice. Yeah, I modeled abroad. I also modeled in New York for a little bit. All contracts. How does 5'9" look to me if I'm in my tallest heels? I think my tallest heels put me at about 6'2" and a bit, so it would look about that much shorter. Can you take a boyfriend with you on your trips? I didn't have any boyfriends for those trips. I know you wouldn't be able to bring one. You live in an apartment with a bunch of other girls. So like in South Korea in Seoul, that was wild. There was 12 of us in one apartment. It really is. I don't know if you've like heard any of the stories. They just squish the girls together. That's exactly what it was. Like bunk rooms with like 8 beds, 4 sets of bunk beds. Were the girls wild? Some of the older girls. No, the older girls were pretty chill. It was mostly the ones that weirded me out was like the young 12-year-olds. Because I don't think, then those are all the ones from like Europe. I don't think 12-year-olds should be going on contracts by themselves for 2 months. Like I would not have been able to do that when I was 12. Are the girls passive aggressive? I think it's true, not to like stereotype or generalize, but it is true. Like the European and Russian girls were the most like intense. Like they're there to make money. They're not there to make friends. They're not there to be nice. They're there to make money, and they'll kind of chat, stay amongst themselves. You'll always kind of buddy up with people from North America. Well, thank you. No, I don't have a boyfriend, and I think my eyes are blue green. Isn't that child labor already? Yeah, I don't know. I guess they do. I think they come from really poor towns. I think it's honestly exactly what people think it is. I think they come from poor cities and their parents, and like they're all like, some of the Europeans are just like all natural. They're all beautiful. It was like those type of kind. What's the weirdest? Did you buddy up with American girls? Yeah, I made some best friends from Colorado. I my best friend I made was from Colorado. It's the English. Because even the agencies that bring you over don't speak perfect English. Thank you for the hat. But those are pretty cool experiences. Thank you. No, I haven't been to Ocean City in my life. I wanted to go to Singapore. It would have been really cool if I got to go to Singapore. What happens if you're overseas and you're tired and you want to go home? You sign a contract, so you really aren't supposed to because they're putting you up and allotting their space in the apartment to you. But I know one time, on one of my trips, someone's grandparents died. It was like one of the young girls, like 13 or something, and they let her go home. She like stayed. You book a lot of jobs when you're overseas, so she stayed for like 2 or 3 more days, finished the jobs that she had already booked, stopped going to castings, and then she flew home.